right. My other brush I want to show you is, this is one of my favorite brushes, and I use it for my clouds mainly. It is this big old mega brush made by Blick, and it's got a really nice thick brush, and it's a filbert, so you're going to get really nice rounded strokes, which for me, I really like when I'm painting clouds. You can also get a thin stroke as well. Thinner. Not so much thin, but thinner. All right, for my last brush, I want to show you is this cheap brush from IKEA. It is so cheap, and there's nothing great about it other than its price tag, but I really, really like this brush. Whenever I see art supplies that are mainly for kids and they just look interesting, I always buy them because you never know what you're gonna find. You may find one of your favorite brushes ever. Got this at the kids section in IKEA. I use this all the time for almost every painting. I block it out with this, and it is just a really, really nice cheap brush, but it's got that nice, let's see if I can mix up. Looks like I'm mixing up a brown. So here's an example of mixing up brown paint. This has got a really nice, just straight edge, which I'm totally painting on the tape right here, but that's not a problem. You get the idea. But it's just a great brush, and it's cheap. You do not need expensive brushes or fancy brushes to paint, and that's the point of me showing this to you. I want you to just, if you've got kids that have paintbrushes in their, Crayola sets, use that. You can totally use whatever you want to use. So don't be intimidated by the price tags of brushes. Just grab yourself a cheap set and get started. So I hope this was helpful in showing you all the different marks that different brushes can make. And experiment. Just try different things and see what's more comfortable for you. I really do flip-flop between using mainly a flathead brush and a filbert brush. But then I also incorporate all of these throughout my paintings. So just try them out and see what you like best. I also want to show you how to use palette knives. Palette knives are an excellent way to get some very interesting texture in a painting. And they are the same with brushes. The different shapes are going to give you different strokes. And so this is going to give you more of an angled shape, and this is going to give you a round shape. And they're awesome for mixing paint colors. So you can see I'm using my angled one over here in this with the white and the red to mix up paint colors, getting a nice peachy color. And you just scoop it up. Well, let's get it a little bit more mixed. You scoop it up and you can do a nice color. And you can just do all kinds of different, really interesting texture. It is going to use a lot of paint. So keep that in mind when choosing to paint with palette knives. You are going to use way more paint than if you were just using a paintbrush. And I want to show you how this round one, how it also kind of changes with the shape of the round. Okay, so here we've got that nice, and then look, we've got this nice little round shape. That would also be a really nice brush for clouds. So there's so many options. You can make marks anyway. You can even get a potato, a raw potato, cut it up into chunks and make a stamp out of it, and that's how you can make marks. I mean, there's so many things you can do, but these are just a few examples of ways of how to paint in different brushes and what they do. And I really do enjoy palette knives. Look at that. Isn't that cool? All right, I hope this was helpful and that now you feel confident in the different shapes that brushes make, and just experiment and see what you can come up with.